Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back. I have been away for ages and I feel all over the place. And there's not really been any major real reason for it. I just felt like I needed a bit of a break. I've been playing along with the village hop and carrying on with that. I've been following everybody's Motivational May videos. I'm trying to catch up. Basically, I've just kind of been living a bit in the moment and trying to be really present with the kids. And I overspent a bit last month, so kind of reining the budget back, all that kind of stuff. And I painted half my kitchen and half my hallway. So I've been keeping busy, just haven't been videoing. So I suck on that, but hey ho. I have just finished watching Lake and Bacon. On her motivational video, and I watched Andra on Monday, the Travelling and Savings Chief. So if you haven't checked those girls out yet, please go back and check them out. You can find this calendar which tells you which channels to hop through on Donna Powered by Creativity's website. It's completely free. She's also made this lovely resource for us, and this is again free, I think, on her.com. DonnaPoweredByCreativity.com, but she wanted everyone to have this, so I will link in the comments and I will link all the channels that are doing this hop. So May is all about motivation, mindset and mindfulness. So mindset. The meaning of mindset refers to an individual's beliefs and attitudes to events, people or circumstances in their lives. Mindset factors into personality by having power of thoughts, feelings, behaviours of an individual. How do you set yourself up for success? Now I put, as you can see here, plan, and plan. So in regards to big goals, at the start of the year, for example, for the marketing training, I worked out, I knew how much it was going to be. I then worked backwards as to how much I would need to save each month. To make sure that I can achieve that goal, and obviously I now need to try and stick to that, because otherwise I won't hit it in the time scale that I wanted to. Although, to be fair, the time scale has been delayed, but not due to my own fault. So I have got a bit longer to save for it. If I want to try and stick to my original plan and get the bulk of it saved this year, so I don't have to think about it. It's ready to go when it's ready to go. What behaviours do I have towards money? I would say, and I have put on here, cautious, but I also like spending, because at the end of the day, just knocked my desk. I think we all like spending in this community, to be fair, don't we? Whether it's buying things off of Etsy to help us save, which, let's face it, there are some amazing challenges and games and scratch-offs and, all the hubbub around it all, and I think this is where some new budget has come unstuck. The idea is to save money. And yet the games and the scratch-offs and the whatevers, they're all lovely, but they're not necessary. Be honest. They're not necessary, and yeah, we should probably reuse and revisit them more and save some pennies doing so. How does your mindset impact your day? Well, I like to try and be productive, although sometimes spontaneity is good. So I might plan out something for that day, and then something else might come up and I might think, oh, okay, well, can I do both? Can I get the majority of what I want done? And, just kind of go with the flow, really. That said, the other day, and this is going to sound like a completely British thing to say, because obviously it's regarding weather, I have 2 full child-free days a week, a Monday and a Wednesday, because La only goes to preschool on a Friday morning. She goes Monday all day, Wednesday all day, and Friday morning, so she's there 9 till 3. So that's my child-free time. That's my time where I can get filming done, I can get jobs done around the house, trying to get some housework done. Clearly I've not done my desk for a while. But tasks that are easier to do when there is not a child present, they're my 15 hours where I don't have my little person here. And Lee is at primary school, so she's there 5 days a week, again sort of between 9 and 3. So yeah, I try to go with the flow. I try to get everything that I need to do, or plan things that I need to do without, little people here. Like tidy the house, which obviously goes out the window 5 minutes after they get home. But the other day, at the start of May, because we had the bank holiday on the Monday. So on the Tuesday, I'm there going, right, okay, tomorrow, when I haven't got both the girls here during the day for my 6 hours, I'm going to do this, and this, and sort the house, and this, that, and the other. And on the day I was thinking it and planning it, the weather was beautiful. It was like, I could drop them off at school, and I could come home, I could put some music on, crack on with the housework, get it all done. Well, I took them to school on the Wednesday. The weather was absolutely horrible. It was cloudy, it was overcast, and my mood just went. Like, I felt so demotivated. It was unreal. But that's fine, so I just moved it to the next day. What part of me do I want to reinforce? I think I would like to be able to maintain focus on more on more than kind of one. Like, I've got my main goal at the moment and I'm really focused on getting to that, but I kind of need to not let other plates drop at the same time. Where do I see myself in a year, 5 years time? Now on this one, this is hard for me, and this is not a feel sorry for me kind of video at all. Because of Lee's diagnosis, and she's still only very little, I don't tend to plan too far in the future. We try to enjoy the moment. Like, let's live in the moment, let's have a good time. Obviously, in terms of finance, I have to plan the future a bit because otherwise we'd be broke. But I guess so. That's the only thing really, is that from a financial point of view, where I see myself in a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years time, would be that I would like to be financially comfortable, so that when something goes wrong, because it always happens, it's an inconvenience rather than a, oh my God, it's an emergency, how am I going to? So that is probably what that is, to be fair. Motivation is the drive that influences actions and behaviours, rooted in intrinsic, internal, and extrinsic, external factors. Understanding personal motivation can enhance goal setting, perseverance, and achievement of meaningful outcomes. So what motivates you? Well, clearly my motivation for everything that I do is my girls. And so the next question, what keeps you motivated? Again, it's the two little people that are sitting in front of me most of the time. What do you do when you lose it? From a financial point of view, if something's come up, we adjust the budget a bit to account for it. It's a case of recognising that, okay, I've overspent a bit here, let's pull a bit back from here, and basically what do I learn from that and how do I move forward? And the following month try to make sure it doesn't happen again. And so and part of the reason that I do that is I ask myself, what is important to me? So I'll sit down and look at the budget, I'll reframe the budget, I'll work out what I actually really need, what's a want, what's a need. The wants then go out the window, it's down to what's needed. And yeah, why? What is my why? What is my motivation? And it always comes back to my girls. How to make a comeback. It is a case of literally looking at the budget, refocusing it, reining it all back down, replanning, where the money's going for what's left, and then starting again the next month when you get paid again. I think it's a case of being kind to yourself. So what do you tell yourself? I feel it's okay to be flexible, and sometimes we just need to adjust to get us to where we want to be. Sometimes it may take longer to achieve our goals by doing this, but it doesn't matter as long as we don't give up and we get there in the end. I do truly believe that. How do you find motivation? Well, I look at them being the littles, obviously. And, one of my goals at the moment is the garden. So I would look out at my garden and be like, holy, that needs sorting. So you know, motivation is all around us. It's very motivating being part of the village community. It's very motivating following some of the UK cash stuffers as well. My friends over here, obviously my friends across the pond, and watching different people, how they go about solving their issues, how they go about achieving their goals, how about they, you know, watching them finish challenges. All that stuff is highly motivating. I'm kind of winging this anyway. I'd made some little notes on those other pages, but that's why these ones are blank. How do you maintain your mindset? Again, things like, obviously the Macca's training drastically is something I want to do. So that's, you know, forefront in my mind in terms of savings, etc. My garden, again, is something that I really need to do. So again, it's something that I can just look out my window and go, oh, that looks horrible. I need to sort that out. And obviously watching the littles play out there, because obviously they still got to play, and watching them play and just thinking how much nicer it will be when it's done is definitely motivation, and helps maintain the mindset on that one. What steps can you take to move towards mindfulness? Well, I personally, I do gratitude journaling. I think it's really nice to be able to sit down at the end of the day and think of the things that I'm grateful for. Now they can be sort of generic-y ones, like obviously I'm grateful for my girls. I could be grateful for what they've done at school that day. I could be grateful for the time we've spent together out planting fruits and vegetables and flowers in the garden, spending time with them, watering them, teaching them, you know, where our foods come from, all that sort of stuff. What are some roadblocks to being motivated? Money can be a roadblock. I'm not even beating about the bush. Money can be a big roadblock. Obviously, I want my garden done, but I'm not going to go into debt for it. So savings takes time. And, you know, it's an annoyance. If I had the money, it'd be done tomorrow. Do you have personal, financial, and family motivations? Obviously, I do. We don't know in terms of Lee how much time we have her with us for. Not that she knows. So we just enjoy as much time as we can. You know, at the end of the day, she still gets told off. She's still a little girl and she still has to, you know. But everything I do is for them. So, yeah. That's why we got the chalet. That's why we try and take time at the seaside. Just trying to give them a nice quality of life, basically. Do you have a support system? Yes, I do. My parents are amazing. And then obviously I run the local DS group. And so I have all the SEND parents and things there as well. So yeah, actually I have a whole little community around me. And a couple of my neighbours are absolutely amazing. How do you motivate others? I would like to think, and obviously there's also the whole village. Like the village is very much a support to everyone in the village, I think, and even to people that are maybe too scared to introduce themselves just yet and kind of sitting there lurking. The village is amazingly supportive, as well as obviously friends, etc. How do you motivate others? I would like to hope that some of my videos motivate others just to get started, just to save a little bit of money, to inspire people to think about things differently, maybe, I don't know. But I think we all learn and pick up snippets and tidbits and ideas from each other as we all go on our journeys. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of your current experience without overreacting or getting lost in thoughts. What are my current thoughts and feelings towards finances? So, after having Lee, my main focus was to become debt-free, which I did in the space of a year. So my thoughts and feelings towards finances are obviously, you know, it's good to have goals to work towards. I do truly think that, and if it's a goal that's really important to you, you'll achieve it in as quick a time as you possibly can. but I'm not as stressed out about finances as I used to be. How am I currently interacting with my finances? I run my budget tight. I'm not even going to lie. I run my budget tight so that I can try and save as much as I can. I do it slightly differently to some of you guys. I don't save to sink as such. I sink, and then whatever's left I save additionally. So I make sure that my sinking funds, which are my generally high use, high turnover monies, so things like haircuts, health, making memories, train tickets, petrol, food, grocery, household money, all that sort of stuff. The ones that I use every week, they are all covered first. So the ones that I use every week, every month, those, when I get paid, I tend to front load, and I load them throughout the month, but I sink them first. And then what's left over, I save into savings challenges, and then I will reallocate them at some point. But it's nice to know that I've got the money sitting there. How can I appreciate the second quarter of my financial journey? I think so far in this second quarter I've been a bit lax, and I need to tighten my belt a little bit, or not tighten my belt as in, the budget's tight, but I need to be stricter with myself in following it. Let's just say that. What am I grateful for last quarter? I am grateful for being a quarter of the way to my Maccaton savings, which is how I planned. And what am I most excited for this quarter? Getting halfway there. That would be amazing. And then Donna has put in this 5 R's of mindfulness. So recognize, relax, review, respond, and return. Which is a framework for practicing mindfulness in the everyday. Andra actually did a really lovely mindfulness exercise towards the end of her video. So if you haven't checked it out, go back, check that out. It was so relaxing. It was lovely. And then Donna's just put in a thank you page for everybody that's taken part in this month. She has alternated this with the village hop. So there is a video every day from somebody, but there is no overlap. So yeah, like I say, go back, check them out. There is so many amazing content creators here, and it's lovely to get an insight into other people's journeys and worlds and everything else. And that is it from me. So I should be back next Friday with my cash stuffing video, which will be amazing. This book's heavy and thick. And yeah, I will see you next Friday. Have a great weekend, guys. Take care, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.